Sure. So my name's Joshua Englund. I'm the assistant purser on Coral Discoverer. I've been with the company about 2.5, 3 years. Yeah, that's it. So that's a bit of a touch home, you know. I'm originally from South Africa. I moved here about 3.5 years ago, and I never had the opportunity to travel back home in South Africa. So coming here, I wanted to work for Coral Discover because you get that aspect of travel and work. You know, you kind of get paid to travel, and doing that while you're young is really really great. And I think working with a great crew as well. Just traveling the world, you meet great people. You kind of form a sense of a family on board with the crew you work with, just because of all the experiences you get to experience. And yeah, no, I think it's really really great. Yeah. Best things about my job. All right. You meet so many different people, so many different personalities. The best thing about my job is pretty much managing a team. And at the end of the day, you're creating a product, and the passengers leave the boat and they're happy, you know, they're complimenting and they're just really, they've got a sense of, I don't know, they're really, really happy, you know, and that's really rewarding to me as a sister person and pursers and just a hospitality team in general. Yeah, I really like that aspect. I really like the traveling aspect. Like I said, get to travel and get paid to do. I mean, you don't get a job that really gives you that. So yeah, it's really really great. The way I like to do that is over the trip is to try go out your way to get personal with the guests. And I find that as soon as that you start to do that, they kind of, you know, open up, and that it kind of makes their trip that much more special. You know, even if it's one person that goes out their way to make that effort to get to know them, that extra that more, you know, it goes that extra mile, and I think that pays off in the long run. Oh, geez. So we just got back from Vanuatu on Thursday. We did the whole islands of the South Pacific. I've been to Papua New Guinea. I've been to Tasmania. Um, where else have we been? We've been to so many places. Yeah, the destination that stands out for me the most would definitely be either Papua New Guinea or the islands of the South Pacific. Just because of it's just so tropical, you know, and you're working every day. You look out the window and you just see all these tropical trees, blue water, you know, on your breaks, you go for a swim in the water. Like, yeah, it just makes work that much more enjoyable. Yeah. I do think it's different. I think it's more personal. I think that we go that extra mile as a company to make sure that the guests have the best experience possible. You know, I mean, from the office staff to the guys on board, to the housekeepers, to the deck side, to the engineers, everybody just pulls together as a team and just make sure they go that extra mile just to get more personal with the guests. And I think that sets us aside from all the other cruise liners, all the other companies out there. And just also because we are a Australian company, I think that in itself sets us aside, just because, you know, we get a whole bunch of Australians on, and they're just really behind the Australian brand, you know, and I think that sets us aside. Yeah. What I've seen from the boat that I work on and the guys that I manage and all that, I find that we create that atmosphere with starting within the crew. You know, as soon as the crew get along with each other and understand each other and pull together to help each other work, that just kind of makes the bigger picture, you know, and it's those little things that just make everything work. And the guests see that. And I think when the guests see that, they kind of, you know, they relax and they kind of get an atmosphere of, okay, I'm on holiday, you know, I trust everybody on board. I'm here to have a good time. And they just relax, you know, they come on board and they're tense and they kind of stick together. And by the end of the trip, everyone's friends with each other, you know, they know the crew first name basis, the crew know the passengers first name basis, and it's all hugs and kisses and smiles when they leave. So I'm going to all these like rural communities and all that. I feel that when we go there, the people that we go see are welcoming. You know, they're really, really welcoming, and they want to show us their way of life, and they go that extra mile to do that for us. And in return, like we donate to the schools. We try to give as much back to the community as we can, and the guests see that, and the guests see that, you know, okay, we're not here to just, you know, take what we want from them. We're also here to give back to them. And I think that just creates a sense of a bond between the community and the company and the guests, and just everyone is just in a really big like learning experience. And I think that's what the guests come on board for. But at the same time, the smaller communities benefit so much from that. And I think that's what also sets us aside from all the other cruises and all that go there. And yeah, I really do think it's great what we do, and where we go and the people we interact with. And working on Coral Discoverer for the past 3 years, there's one instance that really stands out, that really hits home. I've forgotten his name, but he's been on board before, and me and a couple of the crew got really close with him. He's getting old, he's getting onset dementia, and we became really close with him and his wife that came on board. And yeah, we just went that extra mile just to make his trip that much more special, you know. And he left like he was in tears and his wife was in tears. They didn't want to go. And then a couple months later down the line, I see these guys come back on board, but they have their families, like their 2 girls with them. And I didn't know that they were going to be on. They didn't know I was going to be on. And as soon as we saw each other, we like just started crying. I was like, oh my God, what are you guys doing here? And yeah, then we got to meet their 2 girls. And just by the end of the trip, it was kind of like a little family, you know? And I think that's been the highlight of one of my special experiences on board. And I'm pretty sure like they would also say the same. But it's just interactions like that you can take away from this company. Like, you know, you go to work and you form these bonds, and you take that away, and you can't get that anywhere else, you know. And I think that's why I enjoy working for this company so much. Is it's totally different to other jobs, and there's so many positives that outweigh the negatives, you know. And it's just yeah, I really enjoy it. Yeah.